For those who know me, I like to talk a lot when I teach, and I think this has been a really good adaptation for coming on to Zoom because I just keep talking the whole time while we're exercising. But I want for everyone to recognize is that the class that I offer, the class that I teach, is called Bamboo Bodies, as we're wanting to have our bodies essentially have this stability and yet suppleness within the strength. So the way that I have us start our classes is you're going to rub your hands together, and we're going to start through a process known as awakening the chi. We're going to start massaging our arms and our shoulders. Now, when I left Portland, I was about 2 years into studying movement neurology. Now I am in 5 years into studying movement neurology, and I've still got another year or so left as I learn more about our actual holistic element of how and why we move. Get out to your fingertips. This is one thing that I've come to understand is that the blend within Chinese medicine was science that is just now being recognized, just now being discovered. And so this process of awakening the chi, where I scrub every area of my body, is now being recognized in elite sports performance and rehab, known as sensory before motor. So let's take our time as we go down. And again, as I tell everyone, don't just use this for the one moment that you had Angie's class. If you find this to be beneficial, Justin, he's got a martial arts background. They do a lot of massage before they start to move. And many of you might find that awakening the chi, awakening your brain to body before you exercise may be very advantageous for you. So scrub down and up the legs a few times. And if you are wearing shoes, then you can tap your feet a couple times to the floor. And you can maybe take your hand and tap to the top of your foot, as your feet never want to be ignored. I'm gonna switch back just a little bit. All right, so from here, let's gather up and in. Inhale, hands come up high to the sky as we inhale through our nose. And as we exhale, we soften the hands as the air comes out through our lips and we breathe. Now breathing should be like making rice. 1 part to 2 parts. So the inhale is going to be doubled on the exhale. Double take twice the amount of time to exhale. Slowly come down as you gather into that lower dantian. We go once more. Hands come up high to the sky. We inhale. There's that 1 part of rice. Exhale down. Make it twice as long. Think about this as that 2 cups of water to make rice. Slowly. You got it. If you are seated, hold steady to the side of your chair so you can reach up high to the sky. I'm sure we could all use it. Imagine as if there was a $100 bill pasted to the top of your ceiling, and I want you to actually reach for it. Truly reach for it. There we go. We're switching over to the other side. This creates a little bit of differentiation between just reaching or intention. So as we reach, once again with the left hand up, reach for that $100 bill, and you might find this really cool opening to the side of the rib cage. As we shift and switch, reaching up, high to the sky as we reach. And then exhale down, shoulders roll. And it's not just some tiny little wheelbarrow roll, it's drawing the shoulders forward, up to your ears, back, and all the way down. Just exploring this full range of motion. As you do so, add your little chicken wings in. And as we're all practicing, stretch your arms as if you're trying to practice your 6 feet distancing, get everybody away from you. This is how we're just gonna have to start walking nowadays, is reaching our arms as wide as far as we can. And when you're ready, soften down. Let the legs spread a little bit wider so you have a wider base. When you get long and tall through the spine, as if you threaded a yardstick down the back of your shirt, keep your spine long. So don't fold forward. Keep a long spine as you create big open circles. A really cool seated way of opening up those hips. We stop, reverse, and go the other direction as we circle all the way around. You've got it. Once we come back into our center, let's start opening up those legs. So on your right side, your right leg is gonna make 3 little circles. Try and keep as long as you can with the spine as you do so. Before you switch to the left, as you do 3 little circles. Just seeing how high you can lift the leg. There's no competition. From here, with that right leg, circle the leg around 3 times, and then stop, reverse, and go the other direction. As you're doing this, recognize what's happening to the spine. If you're starting to turtle down, or if you can keep that spine nice and long as you do your little 3-legged circles. And now, as a special treat, I'm gonna have us all do a quick little exercise to actually mobilize the ankle joint. You're gonna reach your right heel forward, and you're gonna sit long and tall, and you're gonna start rocking forward and back. I'm gonna come a little closer, turn to the side so you can see this. My right heel is forward. As I rock forward and back, let me make sure you can see my feet. So as I rock forward and back, what happens next on your right foot is you're going to point the foot down towards the floor, and you rock back and forth. This is going to mobilize the tops of your foot bones. From here, as if you could cast a little fishing line, hook it around your big toe. I want you to pull your big toe in towards the center. From here, sitting long and tall, rock in and out again. This mobilizes a bone to the outside of your foot. This can help with glute strength. Next, you're gonna bend that right knee back in as you were, but you're gonna turn the foot out. As if I had a fishing line catch my pinky toe, and I pull the pinky toe out. I push my foot into the floor, and I roll forward and back. This is gonna help with your psoas, a muscle that basically looks like you're impaled by a landing spear from your back to the front of your hip. Roll that ankle around. Stop, reverse, go the other direction. And shake, 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 shake that foot out, and let's switch. So now back to the left leg, I'm gonna start facing you. Heel into the ground, toe pointed up, we rock forward and back. Having our feet often in shoes, often walking on flat terrain, our ankles and our feet don't get much mobility. So it's our job, our own responsibility, point your foot, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see, point your foot, to start training your own foot to have some mobility. And this is a very, very gentle way of doing so. You look like a crazy person rocking forward and back, but take into consideration, this is also really good inner ear exercise. I cast my fishing line, I catch it on my big toe, and as I reel in, my big toe slides into the center, into my midline. And then I rock in and out. I go about 3 times, or for some reason it feels really good, I get lost, I do 5, whatever we want. From here, bring that left foot back in, open up the thigh a little bit, and again, it's like I caught my pinky toe. I want your foot to turn out just a little bit. I push my foot into the floor, and then I rock forward a few times, adding a little pressure more towards the inside, more towards the arch of the foot, if you will. After your 3 little circles, come into ankle rolls. And shake, shake, shake it out. All right, so from here, where we're gonna play is that we're gonna start with a couple different marches. As simple as the feet moving, I want the arms and the elbows to pump. I'm just gonna readjust my screen so it's up a little bit more and you can see me. All right, as we're going for our marches, I want to practice this seated because eventually we'll do it standing. And a few of you are going to be thinking, yeah, I'll just stay seated, and that's fine. A few others will be fine standing. All right, so let's try this seated while some of you may stay in the seated option. But for now, as you're marching, I'd like for your head to turn and look to the right. March, march, march. Slowly turn your head back to center. Hello. March, march, march. Turn your head to the left. There we go. Stay here and march, march, march. Turn your head back to center. When I say left, you look left. Return. When I say right, you look right. Return. Look left. Return. Look right. Return. Look right. Return. Look right. Return. Look left. Return. Look left. return. Look right, return, look up. Oh, we didn't practice that one. I can see all your heads right now. All right, so nice and gentle when looking up. Don't think crunching back behind you. I want for you to just lift your chin as if you're standing at a fence that you can't really see over. It's just lifting the chin and lengthening through the cervical spine. When you look down, it's not about throwing your head down. I want for you to imagine that you were at a very, very posh dinner table, and all of a sudden, one of your little caviar accidentally dropped on your lap, and you just look down a little bit so that the queen didn't really notice that you just put caviar in your lap. We've all been there, so let's pretend that we don't know what we're talking about. So it's a little tiny look down and a little fence-like look up, okay? So there's the difference, so you don't hurt that cervical spine. Back to marching. Gentle, lift your chin up and look up. Come back to center. Slightly drop your chin and look at your caviar that you spilled in your lap and back up. The head will move, it's not just the eyes. Go up, back to center. Look down, back to center. Here we go. Go left, back to center. Go right, back to center. Look down, down, back to center. Look up, up, look to center. Go left, left, back to center. One more, go right, and back to center, and pause. Now we're gonna play with this a couple times, but we're gonna take this little game and put it in our back pocket as we will return to this. For now, roll those shoulders. You can go for one more big open scoop circle because I do want to prepare you for standing. Now, a few of you who want to remain seated, that's absolutely fine. I will accommodate you, I promise. For my favorite, what we used to do in class was a rock. So we're gonna rock 1, rock 2, rock 3, and alley-oop. Yep. Come on up. There we go. All right, I'm gonna make a little more space for you so you've got space for me. How we're gonna come into the movement is we're gonna start with our ball. Again, you can be seated for this. If you have a ball, excellent. If you do not have a ball, it could be a Kleenex box. I just want for you to be able to have your hand pass the object around, all right? From here, I'm holding the ball in my left hand as I press out and switch. I know you guys know this one. We don't estimate the power of what these exercises can do. Just the mere fact that your hand is going to have to connect to that object to grab it and thrust it from one side to the other is an excellent opportunity. But often some of us are a little dependent upon our visual cueing. So you might be needing your eyes to show you where the ball is. If you can, look towards me. And same idea, we're gonna do the little head direction game. Go small if for any reason it hurts. I don't want you to hurt yourself. But for now, as we tap, 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 here we go. Look left, look right. Look left, look right. Look left, look left. Look left, look up. Look down, look left, look right, look up, look up, look left, look right, look down, look right, look down, look right, and march. Whew. So when we take something that may be simple, if you start adding a little more of a cognitive load, it makes a little simple exercise into one amazing brain party. So now we're going to march the legs wide, and as long as it is comfortable on your shoulder, you're going to circle the ball around. Now, if for any reason that is a problem, then you just simply pass the ball in front of you, still opening the arms up wide. But again, if you cannot pass the ball behind your shoulder, keep the ball just to the front. March your legs center and as high as they can go. It might slow the march down. Carry on for 4, 3. Here's your narrow march. 2, wide march, and reverse how you're moving those arms around. March, march, march. One of my favorites, as the ball comes to your front and center, is we're going to push and bring the heel far behind. Good. Now, this one, the direction is no longer going to be with your head, but the direction is going to be with the ball. All right? So when I say right hand, have the ball in your right hand. When I say left, have the ball in your left hand. When I say up, move the ball up. When I say down, move the ball down. You ready? I'll go slow with you. Right hand, push, push, push. Left hand, push, push, push. Up above, push, push, push. Down below, push, push, push. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, up above, down below, left hand, right hand, left hand, left hand, up above, down below, left hand, oh my gosh, right hand, left hand, up above, march it out. Woo! Try and take a big breath in through that nose. And when you're ready, take that glorious ball, set it down. Let's go ahead and move on with our weights. Justin friendly, Kathy reminded me you can use cans. Cans, not cats, unless you have a lot of cats in your house and they have given you permission. Cans. We're gonna take our time with this. Legs up nice and wide. We're gonna create a wider stance and then we're gonna play within this. So all I'm gonna do is just start drawing little circles. Now with a wide base stance, if you have any balance issues or any form of instability, then the wide stance is gonna do you quite well. There is nothing wrong with bringing the legs in a little closer. It just means you're going to be less stable. If you want that challenge, great. A few of you might be okay with taking your right leg and lifting the leg up and then setting it down. Once again, on the right side, can you lift the leg, even if it's just for a moment, and then set it down? For a few of you, what about the left side? Could you lift the left leg for just a moment and then set it down? Maybe once again on the left leg, lift it up. This is optional, and set it down. If you're really good, could you lift both legs? Because I can't. I'd like to see that. Anybody, both legs, same time? No? All right. I was getting really excited, so. Either way, from here, let's take this, step your right foot forward. Your arms are gonna swing, very gentle. So your right foot is forward. You're gonna swing the cans behind you. And once they get behind you, as long as it is comfortable on your body, not only are you going to add a lift, again, hinge forward, lift, but a few of you may like a little more of a balance challenge. Where the challenge is gonna come from is it's going to be from your back left leg. Again, let me demonstrate. Option A, just hold here. You're doing this really cool long spine. I lean in, tip, tip. For a few of you, let's just see if you can reach, reach. I just added a left leg reach. Bop, bop. Keep going. Bop, bop. Two more. Bop, bop. Last one. Bop, bop. And take a moment's break. Coming back into little arm circles. Lighten up on your fingers. You can stand in a more narrow stance. If you'd like to try a little leg lift, the leg could just tap up off the floor for just a second if you'd like. Or you can keep it long and high. And then we set it back down. Some of you are gonna have your legs out wide. A few of you wanna try legs together, that's fine. And other small crew of you, if you wanna lift one leg up, while you try with the play, you can lift the legs, tapping on the floor, and it's making you really challenge your balance. I'm okay with that. And when you're ready, set it down. This time, your left leg comes forward. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. My left leg comes forward. When I hinge forward, it's like I'm looking over a fish tank. I don't want to get in there, but I definitely want to see what's in there. So there's this intentional lengthening of the spine as I bring my arms back with a little beat, beat, and then I lean away from the fish tank. Lean over the fish tank, beep, beep, and return. Beep, beep. Now, again, we talked about intention at the very beginning of class. I want for you to imagine your shoulder blades squeezing together. I want you to imagine yourself locking out the elbow as the shoulders sink down. We want to support that shoulder girdle as we come in for our movement. Because a few of you are going to be okay with the right leg, lift, lift, rock her down. Lift, lift, rock her down. 3 more, 3. Good. Lift that back right leg. 2, 2. 1 more. Here we go. 1, 1. And march it back to center. Got a little triceps, a little biceps. And you can take your cans, place them down. See, I'm moving through all the equipment today. This is pretty darn good. This doesn't normally happen. All right. Holding onto your band, I want to come back into triceps. So if you have bands, a strap, whatever it is, you can do this seated and you can do this standing. I'm going to come a little bit closer. Don't be scared. And what I'm going to have you do is place your hands down. So I'm holding onto the strap as such on both sides. The band is going to come down across your thighs. The shoulders are going to push down and back. And it's as if you are a statue, completely frozen. A few of you may need a wider base. I'm okay with that. A few of you may want the challenge of a narrow base. It doesn't matter right now. The intention is up in the shoulders. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see as you hold that band down. Again, you could do this seated. Shoulders are going to roll. As you roll, I want for you to try and keep that tension on the band as if you're trying to constantly pull your hands back behind and try and wrap your hands behind your booty. So my hands are staying here as I shoulder roll, shoulder roll, shoulder roll. Let's go for 1 more. Shoulder up, shoulder back, shoulder down. Stay here. This is where I want you to lock, okay? With the shoulder up, back, down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull and squeeze our shoulder blades together. Reach towards your knees. And here we go with the head. The head very gently. Turn and look to the left. Nod your head. Get your shoulder blades down. Come back to center. Slowly turn to the right. Shoulder blades down as you nod. Come back to center. Talk on the telephone with your left ear. Nod your head, drop your shoulders. Come back to center. 1 more. I know you're really holding this for a long time, but as you bring right ear to right shoulder, get your shoulders down. And then you can drop the band to the floor and release. Your triceps have maybe had a little party with you, getting that little area to hold. Now from here, go back to your chicken wings and go slow. I'm going to show you a really cool stretch that's going to help us because we want to open up this fascial line to the front. Find your 6 feet barrier as you roll. Good. Go for 3, 2, 1, and let's go into this one last little stretch before we end. This one's pretty neat. So I'm going to have you open your hands out nice and wide. You're going to flip your palms up. And it's as if your thumbs are super heavy and your pinkies were tied to balloons. They're going to turn back as much as you can. So this is known as external rotation. We're going to externally rotate the arms as much as possible. And what I'd like for you to do is lift your chest like you're standing at the front of a ship. And all you're going to do is you're going to breathe into the chest. Breathe into your sternum. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it down. It's a breathing stretch. You're going to guide the breath with your stretch. Let's go again. Palms up. Keep lifting the pinkies up to the sky. Let the thumbs fall down. Lifting that chest just a little bit. Inhale, and I'm going to have you direct the inhale right to the center of your chest. Open up that sternum where the ribs hold on. It's like you're smelling that wonderful Portland spring. It's something blossomed, and you're like, what is that? And you're just, and then exhale, let it down. You get lucky because it usually starts around February where you go for a walk and you're thinking, what is that? One more time, thumbs up, palms up, thumbs go behind you as the pinkies lift. Lift the chest. Something's blooming. Smell it, smell it, smell it. And exhale, let it down. Good. How I'd like it for us to end today is we're going to place one hand right to where we were breathing, and then one hand down below the belly button. All right, this is known as high-low breathing. With high-low breathing, I'm going to have us just inhale through the nose, exhale through the lips. But as you breathe, I will say, for those who are seated, they may have the advantage because I'd like for you to start feeling the breath start in the lower hand as the belly moves first, and then the breath comes up to the upper hand. And then as you exhale, the upper hand should have the first movement, and then the release from the lower hand. So it's like a wave. When you inhale, feel the belly rise, and then the chest open. When you exhale, feel the chest release, and then the belly release. In through the nose, feel the belly rise, feel the chest rise. When you exhale, feel the chest exhale and sink, feel the belly soften. Let's go for just one more. Inhale through that lower hand, feel the belly open, feel the belly rise, feel the chest open and rise. And when you're ready, exhale through the chest as it sinks, through the belly as it sinks. And let's have those hands release as we open up high to sky. Exhale down. To end with a quick little Qigong move, I'm going to have you return to what's known as your lower dantian. We can think about it from Western perspective. You're just coming back into your center, literally your midline, your belly button. So do a nice little belly massage. And lastly, if you cannot reach your hands behind your back, to me, Pai Da, or this is a form of like percussion on the body. If you cannot get your hands behind your back to do kidney taps, it's like tapping on a bucket. The whole thing's gonna vibrate anyway. So you can hit your hips if it's comfortable, no surgeries, no arthritis where pressure is painful. You can lightly tap on the tummy as well. But for those who can reach their hands behind them, these are known as kidney taps, okay? So we're gonna start together and you're just gonna do 39 of them. And I'm gonna leave it up to you to count up to 39. Here we go, alternating those hands tap. Doesn't matter where you tap, you can tap very lightly on the tummy, lightly on the hips, as long as it's pain-free. If you've lost count, it's okay, so have I, because I started talking. If you've got your 39 and you end, come back into that lower dantian, so we can just take one last breath up. One last breath down, back into that lower dantian, return to your center. And the way that I end class is by bringing your hands to your heart to say to not only your own self for dedicating the time to be here, but to each other. You guys have made a community, and that's incredibly amazing and special. So you say to yourselves and each other, thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome movement. Good, good.